Today I'm going to chat with Bri Baird, one of the kindest real estate.
Don't give me any more titles, Amir. I can't keep them.
Many aspects of purchasing a home buyer. I was
We
done.
can't buy
I
people,
was done.
Amir.
I was close to be done. Today I'm going to chat with Bri Baird, one of the kindest loan officers that I know. And she's going to walk us through many aspects of purchasing a home for the first time. Welcome, Bri.
Thank you.
I have so many questions for you, but I would say the first one is there are so many myths around buying your first home. Could you tell me a couple of them that you've heard before, maybe the most interesting one?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for having me.
Of course.
So there's a lot of myths around purchasing a home, a lot of misinformation due to the internet nowadays. And I feel like one of the main ones we see is that you as a first-time homebuyer have to have perfect credit. And that's simply not true. We have a wide range of products that range from different credit score requirements and even have options that go down to as low as 500 that can help you purchase a home. Of course, depending on the program, what you qualify for, all that fun stuff. There's a lot that goes into it, but you certainly don't have to have an 800 credit score like most of the times you see advertised online.
Imagine if someone wants to buy their first home, they're renting now, but they're thinking about it. When do you think is a good time to start talking about it?
Yeah, so there is no time frame that's perfect, but I always recommend as soon as you think you want to buy, to go ahead and have a conversation so that way I can start setting you up for success. Because the hard part is if you wait until you're 2 months out from wanting to buy, and maybe you don't qualify for a certain program that you thought you would, or if you have some items you need to work on, now you only have 2 months to do it. Versus if we had that conversation a year out, you could work on those items for that whole year and then have a lot more time to do those things instead of cramming it in to fit your timeline exactly when you're ready.
Okay.
So it's never too early.
But what are the steps that you're going to take when they actually start the process?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm old school. So I like to have meetings with people in person or over the phone so that way I can understand your goals first. And once I understand somebody's goals, then we can start matching them with programs, getting them to apply, and then work on a full pre-approval. But we want to understand what your end goal is before we start doing anything. Because if I don't understand what you're looking for, I can't really help you get there. So we always want to have conversations first, start there, and then work on the numbers.
Wow, sounds great. Is there anything that comes to your mind that they should not do?
So we always recommend holding off on large purchases, whether you're spending a ton of cash or whether you're financing anything, because all of that can affect what you qualify for, but also what you would have available to help you purchase your home. So just for example, I had a client recently, she spent over $5,000 towards her credit because she thought she needed to, but she didn't. She would have been perfectly fine to sit on those savings, hold it, stay with the debt that she had and still buy her home, but now we're having to work on a source of a down payment for her. So I think it goes back to misinformation and all that fun stuff that people sometimes will take action even though it's not required. So if we can have those conversations early enough, help guide people, make sure it is in their best interest, and then they can still get the home they want as quickly as they can.
Imagine someone doesn't have the best credit score. Would you be able to help them to get that up, or like is that the thing that loan officers would do?
So yes, normally when we are having an initial conversation with somebody, they will mention that, hey, I'm nervous about my credit, or if I need to work on my credit, where is that at? And we still recommend people to apply because I always say it's not a no, it's a see you later. So we can still help you build out that plan, make sure you are working on the right items, spending your money where it would need to be to help benefit your credit. So we still want to help people no matter if you're in credit repair or if you're ready to buy today or a year from now. We want to be a resource no matter which stage you're in and be that guide for anybody along the way. And with credit, even if somebody has issues, we still want to do a full overview because I can't tell you, Amir, how many people that have called me and said, I need credit repair, but they still qualify to buy today. So if they have the option, that's great. Even if they're still going to wait, we can still work on that credit either way, but now we know for sure what we need to work on. And then if somebody is in need of credit repair, we partner with a great third party that will help them get their credit where it needs to be to qualify for the program that they're looking for.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Another question, which I think is super important, is picking the right person for the steps that you're making. Could you go over that?
Yeah, so I would say with anybody you're working with, you want to like who you're working with. You're going to be talking with them, interacting with them. So it's the same thing with your loan officer as it is with your realtor. You don't want to call somebody you don't like or are not comfortable with and say, hey, I've got a list of 15 questions. It's a lot easier to do that with somebody that you feel comfortable with, that you've talked to, that you guys have something in common, or you just simply trust them to lead you correctly, versus having somebody that you maybe don't want to call and say, hey, we don't really get along that great. So we always want it to be people you want to work with and that they know, like, and trust us, because we're going to take great care of you, but we want our clients to feel that and then also feel comfortable reaching out for anything that they need.
That's very interesting, and I know that it's a teamwork. Like, there's so many people involved in both selling the house and buying the house. Can you talk about that also?
Yeah, so everybody kind of works together. We all play a different part to make the end product, which is the sale or the purchase of your home. So the teamwork is super important with anything that I do, because the realtor that you choose, the home inspector that you choose, the title company that you're working with, all of them play a huge role in our success when working on your home loan. So we want it to be somebody that you like and trust, that we know is going to take great care of you, but also that communicates well with us, so that way there aren't any surprises. And there's always stuff that comes up, but when it does, having the right people on your side that fights for you is so important. And it honestly makes everything so smooth to where you as the buyer typically don't know when those items come up. So having the right team, especially with your realtor, is a huge decision.
I know there are different types of loans, and so it's different if you're military related, if you're a first-time home buyer. How much down payment do you think they would need to start thinking about it?
So the down payment will depend on the buyer themselves and then which program they qualify for. Generally speaking, for first-time home buyers, it can range from 0% down to 5% down. But there are some down payment assistance products that we have that can help buyers lessen that money that they would owe. It's just busting the myth of maybe you don't need the 20% down, or maybe if you can buy earlier and then start building equity. We're never going to talk you out of your goals.
Sure.
My job is just to show you what your options are and see if there's something that saves you more money or time. Then rather than just looking online and saying Google says that I need 20% down.
Yeah. Search is always great, but you always want to make sure that you have a person who tells you, okay, this is good, this is not good, this is just a myth. Searching is perfect, but you also need someone who you can trust, and then get the confirmation that this is right. So I know there's like the different type of loans out there. Is there any one of those that you are specialized?
Yes, so we specialize in VA loans. That's right up our alley. We're here in the heart of Fort Campbell, and my family is military affiliated, so we chose VA loans, have taken it and run with it. But most of our clients are VA. We run around 80% on those.
That's awesome. Anything specific about VA loans that you want to say?
So a lot of people think VA loans are harder. They're actually one of the easier loans to originate from our side. The VA's job is to protect the veteran or active duty soldier in everything that we do. So it is one of the easier loans to work with, to just show, hey, we're helping our client and this is how we're doing so. As long as we can kind of show the VA that, then they're going to allow us to take it and run with it.
Thank you so much for your time and the conversation. This was super fun. We're going to plug in some of your information so that people can use to reach out. Is there anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, just if you are thinking about purchasing a home, please reach out. It doesn't matter how far out you are. We would love to be a resource and help you in any way. And thank you so much again for having me.
Of course, yeah. So unfortunately, we didn't have enough time today to cover everything, but feel free to leave some comments. And if you have any questions, we'll get to you, your questions and answer them right away. Thank you so much for being with us, and we'll do this again.